Here are some real living, or the fake dying, solar stake lights and solar deck lights. I picked these up the summer I moved in here. In fact, it probably was somewhere right around 2 years ago from now, or at least the time that I'm filming this. They came from Big Lots, which is not a store that I typically go to, but I had received a coupon in the mail for something astronomical. I think it was like 50 or 75% off. So I figured I'd go over there and see if there was anything of interest. That store is, I'm trying to think of what it's like. I don't know if those stores are in other parts of the country, but it's kind of like Costco, where the stuff is price-wise very cheap, but the supply is always changing. Like, it's not something like the Home Depot where they always have certain products. But it's not quite like Costco in the sense that the stuff at Costco is usually decent quality, whereas the stuff at Big Lots is kind of cheap junk for the most part. But for a very low cost, I figured I would give these a shot. So I got these deck lights with the intention of putting them on the posts around the deck. And then I got these path lights just because I really liked the aesthetics of them. Didn't have any particular place in mind at the time. Now I have somewhere in mind. Maybe next year, if I have some money to throw around, if that ever happens, I will buy a bunch more solar lights to put around the yard. I used to always put a lot of solar lights around the yard at the old location, and then I just kind of stopped having time to deal with it because they always kept breaking and stuff. But I really enjoyed them. I have the street lights here, which I also really enjoy, but it's a completely different aesthetic. And I just saw Jay's video recently showing his backyard, and he had a bunch of the solar lights, and it reminded me of how much I enjoyed it, and that I had these sitting downstairs serving absolutely no purpose. So I guess now, 2 years later, we'll go ahead and check these out and get them set up. I suspect the batteries are low and flat. Hopefully they're not spoiled. If they're nickel metal hydride and they're easy to take out, I'll just throw them in the battery charger and charge them up. I don't recall if I ever did a video on these or not. This one looks like it's open, so I have a feeling I might have. It's quite possible I opened them and just never did anything with them. So it says it includes one AA nickel cadmium rechargeable battery. Works for up to 8 hours on a fully charged battery. So nickel metal hydride is typically okay when it sits at a charge over time. Nickel cadmium is, nickel metal hydride is what typically does not like to do that. One of these would look cool on the mailbox post, but I don't think it would even turn on because the town street light is there. It's a stupid ugly LED one. Well, I wish I had checked these out sooner, because this one is busted. It's totally busted. Well, like I said, most of the stuff at this store is cheap junk. I remember we had some really nice ones like this at the old location for the fence, and it was they were actually glass and they're really nice. I don't know where those are at. So this one, the top is all cracked. I suppose I could put this on the actual fence. The actual fence versus the fake fence. What the heck? I could put these on the picket fence somewhere, because if this is, up top, you wouldn't see it. Is the panel glass? Actually, I think the panel is glass. That's very surprising. That's how it should be, but I don't know, it's hard to say. It might be. think the biggest failure point of these things that I remember was that the solar panels would get all cloudy on top and stop charging properly. If these panels are glass, then we won't have that problem. Oh, the batteries do come out easily. Huh. It actually still has a charge. Ain't that something? So it's not like blaring bright, but it's not gonna be. I also don't know how much charge these batteries really have. That's not bad. I mean, I can see the light coming on the table even though we're in full brightness here. Just for the sake of curiosity, let's take one of these batteries and throw them in the charger to see what the claimed charge level is. So this is the battery, the Legend battery, model Ulga 600, nickel cadmium AA 600 milliamps. So it's a standard size battery. We could easily replace these if we needed to. I think nickel cadmium is a very good use case for these in these lights, because nickel cadmium likes a deep cycle. It likes to be discharged every time it's used, and these lights should discharge every time that they're used. So it says that it's out of charge, which is not surprising to me. So we'll just go ahead and chart these up in here, see if they air out. This charger is probably a much higher capacity than these batteries are really intended to handle, but I don't think it'll really do any damage. So there's those two. Jeez, that really stinks that one is busted. Well, we'll put it on the fence instead. What's the mounting? Okay, so we can stick it on the caps of the posts on the deck and then screw it in from the sides, I guess. Kind of big base. And what locks it in place? Oh, it's got more screws that go in the sides there. So actually, or would you not even use that? If it goes on the post, I guess you would just stick it right on the post like that, maybe. That's how it showed on the box. So I guess this is only for a wider area. Hopefully that was all in the frame, I don't know. Alright, so that's that. Let's open up the second box. I'll charge up those batteries as well. In fact, those batteries are such low capacity, they'll probably charge up within an hour or two. We might even be able to put some of them out tonight. Let's see if any are broken in here. Nope, this one looks okay. It wasn't a fluke, this one's got charged still too. That's pretty impressive, sitting for 2 years and it's still got a charge. I don't know why I'm trying to put this back in the box. That's a complete waste of time. Can they mount that on a fence, wall, or deck? Well, how the heck is it going to catch the sun if it's on a wall? Alright, now let's move on to the fake dying stake lights. There's 10 of these here, quite a bit. And this only cost $30 for 10, that's not bad. Yeah, we should have looked at this manual. I bet there's some Tanglish in here. Oh man, it all makes sense and it's written properly. Well, it's not funny, but it is promising. These appear to be of the same OEM. The panels are to... I think it is glass. Now this one has an AAA battery, and while it is charged up, it's definitely dimmer. And you have to unscrew all these things to get it to discharge, or to get it to discharge. To get it out to charge. So I'm not going to do that. What I will do is I'll take these outside and I'll stick them on the deck under the street light, and that should give it a decent amount of charge. And of course I have more lights than holes, but I suppose you could make a real tall one. Oh, there's the stakes. Oh, whatever, it needed to go in there. That one's very out of charge. But you know what? After sitting for 2 years, I'm surprised that any of these are working at all. I'm very, very surprised. Maybe these have proved to be halfway decent. This one, the switch seems a little dodgy. I wonder if that dim one is the other dim one's having the same problem. Chances are good that it is. Whoa. Well, that one I didn't turn on. Duh. This is the dim one.
Nope, I think it's just, is it? Let's see. Yeah, this is having the same problem. It's like the switch is just getting oxidized or something. Well, if we get 9 out of 10 for what was paid, I think that's still a pretty good deal. This is likely fixable. Just seems like a loose solder joint or something in there. That would not be easily fixable. Well, I'll put this one out so it charges up, but we'll likely have to revisit that. You know, actually, these would be nice just sitting on the table outside or on the deck in different spots. The bases are flat, they could certainly be standalone. They don't have to go on the stakes. This one might be having some, yeah, this one's having some problems too. Alright, so we might have to repair a few of them. Okay, so I'm going to go put these on the deck now and turn the street light on. Those should all start turning off as the light brightens up. Well, the consistency in those sensors is quite limited. It's kind of concerning those haven't shut off yet. It's extremely bright out here now. Still got, looks like 5 of them on. At least 3 are at pretty much full brightness still. It's pretty much daylight out here now, and they're still on. That's not good. If you shut off if I take them closer to the light, then they come back on. Well, the light's pretty much warmed up all the way, but I guess a few of them will charge up and a few of them will not, or maybe none of them will, who knows. I know that this, even with it all the way over there, is enough to charge that solar rock and to turn off that candle. Bug just flew on me. So I'm kind of surprised that directly underneath it, it's not having the same effect. The batteries for the post lights are currently refreshing. The batteries have already charged up. I figured they were going to charge up quickly because they're low capacity. So we'll put one of these together here. I'd rather do these installation of these during the day, but we'll put out one just so we can see what it looks like. Okay, there's that. And I don't like the screws that it come with. I don't think that they're easy to use. So I'm gonna get my own screws here. And let's go put one of these on one of the deck posts. That seems moderately bright. Definitely brighter than it was before. Which would make sense if the battery was out of charge, or nearly out of charge. I'll put one right here. It's got 2 holes on the side, which the screws that came with do not fit through very well. These fit through a lot better. Because these are kind of decorative on the top, this is not grabbing yet. Let's see how this works. Did not sound too good. Got a little hole in the bottom there, which I guess is for drainage. That's kind of nice, but I think bugs might end up coming in through there. Okay, so that's what it looks like. It looks pretty nice for something cheap. Now we got these, which it looks like at least two of them are still on. Maybe one's on very dim. I don't know if the batteries are just dying out or what. Well, let's go ahead and put these down where I'm going to put these, and we'll see what they look like after we turn the lights off. Alright, I'm going to put them over here. From all along the side of the house here and over here. A couple of these are not working. I'll look into those later. Okay, now I'll go turn off the street lights and we can see what they look like. Got all the street lights off. can see the solar rock from before is on, lighting up that plant. And then this lantern is on as well. This one, I actually got this at the Big Lots as well. I forgot to mention this in the first part of the video. I got this as well. And this has been out here, I put it out right away. And this has been out here for 2 years and it's been working perfectly. Even left out all winter. So here's the first light, which I'm actually pleasantly surprised by. It is lighting up pretty good. You can see all the light it's casting on the house here. And I was hoping that it would light up the stairs. And it does. It's very, very subtle, but it's enough to see the way. You can see the shadows are pretty strong. It's not bad, and it looks really nice. I could see putting these all around the deck. I actually think that would look really cool to have one on every post. Now let's see what those path lights look like. They look brighter in person than what the camera is showing. They're actually not bad. I can see the ground clearly, I'd say about 3 feet out from them. Oh, it's enough to walk by. Certainly not, street light grade like I'm used to, but it's a nice, enjoyable, subtle light to guide the way. Yeah, these aren't bad at all. So this one's working properly. It's full brightness. That one's kind of dim. Yeah, it's really not too shabby. This one seems to be at full brightness as well. And those two are barely working. I like that. A nice, peaceful, subtle light. Yeah, if I had another one of those down at the bottom of the stairs, then I would definitely be able to see the stairs pretty good even if the other lights are off. Forgot how much I enjoy stuff like this. Definitely got to get some more of these. And get all those electric ones I have set up too. Well, the camera is out of the charge. But those are the solar lights from Big Lots. Not bad at all. We'll see how those work tomorrow if it's sunny, hopefully. It'll be sunny and they'll charge up a little better. I think it might be a problem with the panels not detecting the light or whatever it is that they're not shutting off when it's bright out, because they're going to come on too soon and run through the charge before it gets dark. But we'll give it a couple days of full sun and see how they do. Day 2 on the solar lights. I put these out late last night and they charged up today, which I'm surprised by because it was not really sunny today. It was mostly cloudy. Every single one is working and all at the same brightness. I'm very surprised these two are working because I thought there was some kind of a connection problem, but they're all working. I'll put a decent amount of light for what they are. So I'm quite happy with that. And we'll go take a look at the one on top of the deck, which was working fine yesterday. I suspect it's working fine again today. Yep, it is. It is also working fine. So that's good. These lights so far have proven themselves to be pretty decent. It'll be interesting to see how long they last into the night. I'm really enjoying these so far.